All right, what is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode number 5 of my Kansas City Royals franchise here on Out of the Park Baseball 17. After a disappointing playoff exit in the wild card game to the Tampa Bay Rays, of all teams, we turned to the offseason of 2016. Our offense this year was really good. Really good. Just look at this middle. Moustakas, 288, 31 home runs. Kane, 302, 13 home runs. Hosmer, 302, 19 home runs. Morales, 309, 26 home runs. Perez, 286, 19 home runs. And with us, DJ LeMahieu hit 256, which is much better than the 218 he was sporting before. And while not as good as Omar Infante was, perhaps it was definitely more dependable. The pitching-wise, Wade Davis had a bit of a down year for his standards, 324. Herrera struggled, although his season was shortened by an injury. Soria did all right, Soria did really well. Evan Scribner did really well. Hochevar and Smith did all right, and Duffy and Young out of the rotation had a really good first half and a really bad second half. Starting pitching, Volquez kind of faded down the stretch. Ventura brought his ERA down from 6s, I believe. Kennedy stayed right around the 4 ERA point. He got us 200 innings pitched. I will take that from Ian Kennedy. And Chris Medlin had a surprisingly good season, 383 ERA. He brought that down the stretch. And, he had a pretty decent season. So, first things first, we have to go through some options. First is Luke Hochevar. His option is for $7 million, and he wants a $1 million extension. So we will void his last contract year. Chris Medlin is team option eligible for $10 million, but he only wants a $6 million contract. Except that is over 5 years. So what would happen if we offered him 1 year, 6? He doesn't like it at all, but I'm sure we could do him 1 year, 8. So I won't do 1 year, 10. Kendrys Morales is team option eligible for 11, and he wants a $22 million extension. He hit 309 with 26 home runs. I will take that for $11 million. Execute his option. Volquez, $10 million option, $8 million requesting an extension. So we will void his last contract year. Escobar, under option for $6.5 million. He is eligible for 9. So we will execute his option. I plan on him being our starting shortstop for 2017. And Wade Davis, finally, this is a no-brainer. He had a down year, but he wants something along $15 to $16 million in an extension. And so we will accept his option. So, review of the goals: good on team record, all right on upgrade position, bad on Wade Davis extension, and bad on a team leader. He's happy that we made the playoffs. He wants a championship by 2019. This year, he wants a winning record, doable. Davis to extension, probably doable. Acquire a team leader. And I don't know if that's a trait in-game or I'll have to check. But we do have a bigger budget, $170 million. That is going to be nice to work with. But first, we have salary arbitration. And our pending free agents are Drew Butera, Luke Hochevar, Chris Medlin, and Edinson Volquez. I've taken a look at the free agent class for this year, and obviously I want Medlin, no doubt in my mind. I'm going to give him 2 years with a team option. We're going to do, $8 million for both, and see if he likes that. It's close. So I'm okay with giving Chris Medlin $9 million with a team option. We won't give him a buyout. He likes that, so that's good with me. He had a good year, and I want him back in our rotation. Edinson Volquez, I'm not going to offer right now. I'm going to see how the free agent market plays out. Luke Hochevar, he is a good reliever. He did even better than 2015. I can offer him 1 year. Even add him to give him 200K extra so that he is happy with just the 1 year. And Drew Butera, I'll see what else is available for free agent backup catchers, but he did not have a good year offensively at all. He's actually doing pretty well in real life, but not in this game. No qualifying offers on anyone. Brian Dunsing is injured for 5 months. No plan on bringing him back. Peter Moreland threw .430 in AAA. I don't plan on bringing him back, and I will deal with the minor league free agents off-screen after salary arbitration. But one important one is Alex Colomé. He should be a reliever, but let's see what he wants for a 1-year extension. I can give him $880. That's cool with me. So let's go to arbitration. Timmy Collins, we will not offer him arbitration. We might bring him back later, but that is not something I would like to pay for a guy who's still out for 5 months. And his best season in Kansas City was still not that great. Danny Duffy and Kelvin Herrera. First, Duffy, I am willing to, let's see, what are we offering him? 4.8. I'm willing to offer him 4.8 with a second year option for $7 million with a team option. Let's see what he thinks about that. He likes that. So if Danny Duffy has a good year and we want to bring him back, we have that option too. And if he doesn't, then we won't bring him back. Kelvin Herrera. He is 4 years into arbitration. I didn't like what I saw from him this year, especially due to his injury. And so we'll give him back 1 year, and then if we want to work an extension with him, we can always do that next year. Evan Scribner had a great season with us. $1.7 million is definitely reasonable. And so we will give him that. And he me gustas. Will Smith, I definitely want to bring back. Didn't do great with us. Did much better with Milwaukee. But for $1.7 million, he is a solid left-handed reliever that I will definitely take for that price. Oh, there you go. Next, Tony Cruz. I do not plan on bringing him back. Eric Hosmer. And I've done a bit of research. And let's see. I'm going to try to get him on a big extension. So first year, 2017, it's going to be $8 million. Then second year is going to be 13. Go 5 years. Can we do 2 club options? See what he thinks. No. Okay. He did it with 1 team option earlier, so we will try that again. Let's do 5. Oops, let's just do 2. Bump that up to 14. Not 148. 5th year team option. That, for a player of his caliber, is a good deal if I've ever seen one. And Gerard Dyson, we'll bring him back for 1 year at 1.9. And that's about it. We will probably, unless he has a very good season, because his rating went down from 3 stars this year. Unless he has a very good season, I doubt we will bring him back for the 2018 season. So I'm going to cut out here, do all the minor league free agents, get those contracts sorted out, and I will see you guys back here at the start of awards. All right, I am back, and we are here the day before the Gold Glove Award is announced, and everyone we have offered a contract to has accepted except for 2. Cody Decker, we offered him a major league extension. I believe he will be our backup catcher. We'll just go with an in-house approach, even though he only does have 40 defense. I might reconsider that. But we offered him a 1-year major league extension for around $7 million, or not $7 million, $700,000. That's not bad. David Huff, however, asked for a $1.9 million major league extension. I said, no way. You threw 30 innings, not great. Bye. Leave. We don't want you back. And so, yeah, everyone else has offered or has accepted the extensions. Everyone's happy about Eric Hosmer's extension. He's a fan favorite. He's going to be around for a good while. Next, we've got awards, so let's go through those. Oh, look, we won a Gold Glove. The achievement is Great Glove, but I renamed in the in-game files Gold Glove so that it just seemed a bit more authentic. We got Tony Lopez. I'm never sure if we want to. We don't have to sign these guys, do we? No, he's in our international complex. Pretty good potential. If he turns out to this, I know I'll say ratings on him, of course, since he's a discovery. But yeah, if that's true, that's pretty good. All right, Salvador Perez is our 1 Gold Glove winner. No Gordon, probably because he was injured, and you can never compete with Kevin Kiermaier in center field. Like, Lorenzo Cain, you're so good, but you just have no chance with Kiermaier out there. Next, we have Silver Slugger, and we do not appear to win any of those. We get a trade proposal from Minnesota. Trevor Plouffe for Raul Mondesi. How about not? Sounds good for me. Wait, this is reliever. That's not going to go to Wade Davis this year. Cody Allen wins it. Zach Britton and Sean Doolittle finishes third. He had a good season. In the National League, it goes to Jake McGee. For the Colorado Rock, no, he got traded to Milwaukee. Okay. I was going to say, that's pretty good for being in Colorado. The NL Gold Gloves are here. You can pause if you care about that. Next day, we have the Silver Slugger winners. And that's very surprising. None from the Kansas City Royals. I guess Manny Machado at third base makes sense. But even still, we had some good seasons out of our players and no Silver Slugger to show for it. Not even DH with Kendrys Morales. Here's National League. Same thing again. Got some trades, usually not very important here. I did have to DFA Brian Dunsing on a technicality because I had to take Tim Collins off of the DL, even though we're gonna be non-tendering him. It's just complicated, and I decided just to DFA Dunsing. No one's gonna take him. Anyway, we're getting rid of him, so it doesn't really matter. Byron Buxton hit 25 home runs this season. He wins the Rookie of the Year. And Kyle Seager, I'm an idiot. Corey Seager, amazing, just so good. He's so good. Tony Walters was third place of the Rockies, and J.P. Crawford is second. Manager of the Year goes to John Gibbons, Toronto, and Terry Collins of the Mets. And finally, not finally, but Cy Young goes to... I thought I said it that relievers couldn't win this. I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm pretty sure I unchecked that, but... Unfortunately, I believe Cody Allen still wins the AL Cy Young with Aaron Sanchez finishing second. Okay, they did have him starter pitcher. And Carlos Carrasco finishing third. So impressive for... He had a 3.46 ERA. You be meaning to tell me that he's... Man. And as nobody could have possibly predicted, my mouse is being weird today. Hold on. Clayton Kershaw nearly had 300 strikeouts. Jacob deGrom and Madison Bumgarner. Nothing surprising there. And finally, the MVP. In the AL, Mike Trout. In the NL, Clayton Kershaw. Nope, Bryce Harper won it. Maikel Franco finished third, and Anthony Rizzo finished second. Usually when I'm playing OTP, Kershaw wins at Season 1, but apparently Bryce Harper has become the holy shit, he is good. Yeah, he's good. Maikel Franco had a beast of a year, too. He finishes third. Mike Trout wins, Manny Machado second, and Edwin Encarnacion third. That's not an MVP season, in my humble opinion. I mean, Moustakas had 8 less home runs, but had 40 better average points. And Kane, not even mentioned up there, he had an amazing season. I believe like a 6.3 WAR. Not as good as his amazing 2015 campaign, but he did it in an extra 100 at bats, which is probably less impressive than he did get as many home runs. Never mind. Just joking. He still had a good year. And let's go to free agency filings, double checking that all these guys have been non-tendered. So we can go straight to that unless something happens in between. We have no personnel expiring contracts, so nothing to worry about there. And next up is free agency. And there is someone I've been looking at that I'm pretty interested in. But first we have international free agents. And anybody good. Decent right-handed pitcher. He's 25. He wants a major league contract. We do need to bolster the bullpen. Here's a good outfielder that we could put in right, although he's best at first base. His OSA rating is higher, so I assume he's gonna want a lot of the bling, the cha-ching. Here's one, Mario Marmol. And he only wants 7.5. We have $16 million available. Mario Marmol is 24 years old. And what if we made that a team option and took it down to 3? Interested. I am very interested. There are a couple contracts I would love to dump. Chris Young is one. Soria would be one, except he had a great season. Mainly just him and... yeah, it's mainly just Chris Young that I want to dump. So anything for Chris Young that doesn't cost me more money than I'm already paying him right now would be greatly appreciated. But, of course, nobody wants him because he's making too much money. There's no way we're accepting that option unless he somehow wins a Cy Young. But that's an international free agents. Now onto the big boys. We do want a reliever. We're not going to spend as much money as we did on Soria this past offseason, but we do want to bolster the bullpen a bit. But our main focus is starters, and I know who I want, and his name is Steven. Just kidding. He wants $39 million. No, my intent was never to go after Steven Strasburg, but more to go after Josh Johnson or Matt Latos. Latos is younger. He threw about the same number of innings last year. I don't love his ratings, while Josh Johnson... don't love his ratings either, but he had a really nice season last year. I'm trying to decide who I want. He had a high BABIP, so I assume his FIP is a bit lower. Fielding independent pitching was 380 in 2015, and it was 484 because it was 2016. 2016 was 464. I'm stumbling all over my words right now, but I'm having fun. So 2016, he had a FIP of 384, so maybe not as good as he seemed, but I do like his stuff movement control ratings, along with, that's Brett Anderson. So Latos looks like he has better control, but I think Johnson has better pitches. I would say that. also Brett Anderson, but actually Brett Anderson's a lefty. We could use a lefty starter. Also interested in Erasmo Ramirez. Andrew. All right, I need to do some heavy thinking. It's AJ Cole who's a minor league free agent. He wants some money. That would be interesting, bringing in a young gun like him. So who do we have for lefties? We have Rich Hill, Jorge De La Rosa, Derek Holland, and Brett Anderson. So obviously the best of those does appear to be Anderson, but he's just not had... I like Johnson, and I'd be very encouraged. Let me look at relievers, and because we do have Duffy and Will Smith, but obviously both of them are in the bullpen for lefties. Duffy could be an emergency starter if necessary. So, who is wanting not a lot of money? Yusmeiro Petit. I do like some Petit, but looks not... He doesn't have the really good pitches like you always see. But David Hernandez is someone I would definitely want to bring in. Either him or Walden. Ooh, Hernandez or Walden. Walden has 3 really good pitches. Hernandez has 4, and he has slightly better control. Walden has same movement and much better stuff. But David Hernandez, someone I could totally get. Or Josh Clementer. Except he's more of a starter mold, to be honest. What if I brought in Josh Clementer? I am so... Alright, I want David Hernandez. If he can throw 70 innings pitched, he deserves to come back. So that's definitely someone who I would like to bring in. And then we could bring in both Clementer and... What about Clementer and Anderson? So I believe between the two of these, we don't have... Well, let's see. Oh, okay. Let's go to relievers. Over to Clementer. He's like a Hisashi Iwakuma type. Let's look at... Yeah, I spelled it right. So he's got good stuff and movement, but really good control. I think Clementer could be that type of guy. He's a fly ball pitcher. He reminds me a lot of like Bruce Chen. I think I would love to offer Josh Clementer a 1-year deal, and then offer also a starter a 1-year deal. And who is that? Is that going to be Anderson or Johnson? I actually have no clue. I would also kind of like to bring in Erasmo Ramirez. Like, if I'm gonna level with you. Let's look at our bullpen. There's a good chance I release Chris Young. So we have 2 rotation spots available. That's right. So it can be between like Clementer and Duffy during spring training. Because Young and Volquez are going to be replaced. I don't think at this point that I'm going to bring back Edison Volquez. So, and then we have 3, 6, 7 relievers. So we just need to bring in 2 pitchers, and we are already looking to bring in 2 with Clementer and Hernandez, and so a third one would potentially either be traded or I'm not sure what we would do at that point. But I would love... I think we're going to offer Brett Anderson a 1-year deal and see what he can do for us. And potentially trade him if necessary. I was highly considering Johnson, but I think having the lefty at this point and letting Duffy and Anderson and Clementer all fight for that. So we're going to have a lefty and I mean, Colemanter is probably the safest, or maybe two lefties. We'll see how they do in spring training. I'll probably just give like Ventura someone bullpen duty because you can only do 6-man rotation, but we're bringing in 3, so that's good. That's good. We don't have to sit anyone down. And Erasmo Ramirez, we just don't have the roster space for, so we will pass on him. So these are the 4 guys whom I would like to bring in, and I will come back to you when we have some updates on them. All right, so Mario Marmol has become a Kansas City Royal. We did have to enter a bit of a bidding war. We just increased the offer by $1 million a year for a total of $3 million, and I thought for a second I forgot to put the team option back on, but no, Mario Marmol is now a Kansas City Royal, and I must say, he seems like a very prototypical Kansas City Royal. He's probably going to play right field, which is his weakest position, unfortunately, but with his stats, I don't think that's going to be an issue. He's got decent speed, good stealing, he can bunt, he doesn't strike out, so that's just everything the Royals look for, really. And I must say, Dayton Moore likes him a lot more than OSA, which is why we got him for a bit cheaper than I initially expected. But that is it. We get Mario Marmol, and so I'm going to just stick with you guys as the rest of these guys. None of them have given me even a reaction to the deal. Marcus Semien, nope. They offered the deal first for Brian Flynn and Raul Mondesi. Absolutely not. Not much going on. Looks like Carlos Gomez is a New York Yankee. Can't say I'm surprised. Josh Colemanter. I can't control that, my dude. But David Hernandez likes it, so both of them appear to like it. Greg Holland is now a San Francisco Giant. I thought about it, but ultimately decided against bringing him back. Brett Anderson now gives us an update, and he also likes it. So the 3 pitchers we offered 1-year deals all appear to be on the verge of signing. So, of all the players, best is Francisco Cervelli. That's pretty good. Let's look at some catchers. I like a catcher who is really good defensively, and the offense, or for backup wise, and the offense is kind of secondary. Defense is important to me in a backup catcher, and which is why I'm not impressed with any of these guys. The best option seems to be AJ Ellis. Let's look for some guys with potential and see what they bring to the table. See, none of these guys have good defensive rating. The best is Butera. But he's only 55. So how about we offer AJ Ellis? I like that. A bit of a not pop, but a decent bat coming off the bench. He had a bad year, so not a lot of people want him. I say for, but I also like Brian Holiday. He's cheaper, but I think we'll give Ellis a 1-year shot. And then if he doesn't do well, see what's available next year, as he appears to like that. So we'll keep going. The winter meetings started today. Brett Anderson, Seattle, F off. They got in the way of me and Marmol, and now they're trying to get in the way of me and Brett Anderson. And if this goes, whoops. Okay, this is 6.5. And now he likes that. So that's probably the highest I'm going to go on him, though. So, oh yes, Mario. Welcome to the bigs. Welcome to... Let's look at starter market, because I'm a bit worried if Anderson asks for more money again. Johnson, right now, does he have an offer? He does, and he's wanting a lot of money now. What about Latos? Not as good with him, so Anderson better decide real quickly because I'm going after Matt Latos if Brett Anderson curbs me. And he does. Right away. What? 8? Son of a gun. I would love a lefty besides Duffy. What do we have besides... What else we got for lefties? Jorge De La Rosa. Should I bring back frickin' Jorge De La Rosa? Or what about CJ Wilson on a... you get your shot type of contract? 1 year, 2.5. I can dig. And Brett Anderson can go screw himself. So, winter meetings are over. Rule 5 draft is today. And I'll be right back with that after setting all of my 40-man roster and stuff. See ya. All right, we are back with the Rule 5 draft. I do expect several people to be drafted from Kansas City. I stand very corrected. Who could we pick up? We have a potential backup catcher in a man named Chad Christ. We also added a man named Zane Evans to our 40-man roster during these during the Rule 5 draft pool. And so I'm going to pass on anybody because I believe Zane Evans will be the Royals' next backup catcher. And so, with that in mind, we are going to withdraw the offer from AJ Ellis. Sorry, buddy. Brett Anderson, we would not have the money to offer him, but if we withdraw from CJ Wilson, we would. So, but I'm going to pass on Anderson, so we'll just withdraw it right now. And so we have a bit of extra money in case we want to do anything else once our guys have accepted. So, I will keep going here because I assume they will accept in a matter of days. And if they do, we will go up to the, you know what it's called. The, okay. Hall of Fame announcements. After the, guys have accepted. So we do have to waive in DFA 3 people to make room. Jose Al Martinez will be 1. No one. I've already DFA'd Chris Young. He will not be coming back to the Royals. So, who do we want to waive in DFA? Not Foster Griffin. He's got good ratings. Terrence Gore. We don't really have that other speed option besides him. So, I'm very hesitant, but I do need 3 roster spots. And I DFA'd Matt Stram. I didn't think I did that last time, but apparently I did. We need 2 more roster spots. That's our active roster. That's why. 40-man. Come on, just get me to the bottom. Matt Stram is a lefty. He did have a good season, so I'll give him a break, but not Alec Mills. We'll waive and DFA him, and we just need 1 more. Not Merrifield. What could we get? Well, let's see. Fuentes. Fuentes has good speed. We don't need Terrence Gore. That's numero tres. So, with that in mind, David Hernandez. welcome to Kansas City. Josh Colementer, welcome to Kansas City. And in a couple of days, I hope we can welcome CJ Wilson to Kansas City. Hopefully before it gets awkward. CJ, oh CJ, what is your opinion on my offer? He likes it, so why accepting? And all of these guys pass through. You're going to refuse to be motivated, right? Yeah. Do we have the availability to pay now? We have $10 million available, which I believe takes into consideration the $2 million from CJ Wilson. All the other guys cleared though, so that's good in case we want them. They're still there. So, yeah. We still have $5 million to work with, even though we released Chris Young. And just waiting on CJ Wilson. Oh, look. Happy New Year, Mr. Wilson. Welcome to Kansas City. And we'll look at the Hall of Fame results, and I'll catch up back with you guys at the end of spring training. Even if someone gets injured, I'll just go over that at the very end. So Manny Ramirez and Jeff Bagwell are Hall of Famers. Guerrero almost made it. Clemens and Bonds not getting over 60. They would have been Hall of Famers even if they hadn't steroid. But I think I'm not even going to get in this debate, but I'm not 100% against it, but I kind of don't think I'm not. Delino DeShields Jr. is the center fielder for Texas. I forgot about that. Never mind. Anyway, not going to get into that debate. But, yeah. The Hall of Famers, Ramirez and Bagwell. See you guys at the end of spring training. I'll see you guys at the beginning of spring training where we go over the free agent class, and then, just quickly, and then I'll see you guys at the end of spring training where we go over spring training results. So, see you guys there. All right, we are back here on the 1st of April, a few games away from opening day. Here with the player development update, a lot of people dropping. Wilson, Kennedy, Colementer, although that's from a position change, so actually he went up. Evans dropped, Moustakas, Fuentes, Kane all dropping. Ash Russell going up, though, which is what I like to see. And if you would check this out, I believe it was, unless he's not in the minor leagues because he's on the major league roster. That's right. Miguel Almonte has reached 1.5 star, and so he could be looking at a major league promotion sometime this season, if you know what I mean. But I don't know why I said that, like it was some sort of sexual innuendo, because I am literally going to call him up sometime. So, can I please see spring training stats? Where they at, though? Damn it, they're gone. Hello? Okay. Duffy has struggled in 2 games. He's gone 8 innings, given up 8 runs. That was too difficult to find. Colementer. Colementer has done very well. He's gone 12 innings. Sorry for that. 3 earned runs. All 3 were on solo home runs. Interesting. CJ Wilson. It's the last one I'm looking into. He had a 4.95 ERA in 20 innings pitched. But a lot of that seems to be home run. Why did he give up so many earned runs? His BABIP is... This makes absolutely no sense. Low BABIP. Guess the walks rate is what did it. That's pretty high walks. So, Duffy is... I forgot to set Hernandez to do something. But I'm confident in him. So we're going to start sending a bunch of people down. I sent down Almonte. Zimmer down. Griffin down. Javer stays. Scribner stays. Stram. 2 AAA. And now we have 6. We have 13 pitchers. So one of you is not making the opening day roster. And it's going to be one of you from the... Just heck while I sent my pitching rotation. This is going to be Kennedy, Medlin, Ventura, Colementor, Wilson. Kennedy didn't have the lowest ERA, but he did have the most innings pitched, so I believe in him. Let's see, how did Scribner do? 17. Spring training. Did pretty good. 3 ERA. Do I send down Duffy? He cannot be demoted. Hell. What to do? He had a really good spring training. 16 innings. That's... wow. Could I send down Scribner? I don't like the lack of movement on him. I think that's a pretty big deal. We'll waive in DFA Evan Scribner. Set you to long relief. Secondary emergency starting pitcher. Set you to middle relief. We'll put you to use more often. Sorry, I believe 7th Rare, 8th Davis, 9th. Okay, pitching is good. Lineups. Zane Evans will be our backup catcher. I've decided that. Cam Gallagher can go to AAA. Whit Merrifield staying. Ramon Torres is not. Chesler Cuthbert is not. Humberto Arteaga is not. Raul Mondesi, not quite yet, although he is close. Bonifacio. I know everyone pronounces Bonifacio, but in Latin, because I'm a nerd, that's not how you pronounce it. Starling. No. Hernandez. No. So right now, we need to send out 2 guys. First of will be Paulo Orlando. Why is Christian Clone starting at shortstop? Oh, spring training rosters. Now we decide between Dyson and Fuentes. And I really want to keep Raymond Fuentes. But I'm going to send him down to start the season, keeping in mind that I will not hesitate to call up Dyson if Dyson struggles. This means we only have 4 outfielders. Plus Merrifield, though, who can play left, which I believe is Dyson's weakest position. Marmol's, left is Dyson's weak position, so Merrifield can get that. Marmol's right field rating's gone up to a 75. That's what I do enjoy seeing. So, Dayton Moore, really liking this guy. What we've seen so far from him. I will set my lineup, but that's going to be next episode. Let's just go the final 3 days and pray nothing awful happens. No injuries so far. We're a 500 team. That's it. Nobody injured during spring training. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I didn't show you the beginning of spring training because there was no one I wanted to add. On a major league contract, I added like 5 left-handed pitchers with decent potential on minor league contracts. And it is opening day. I'll set my lineups off screen, but there is one more thing we need to check. He wants to have a winning season. That's not as good as last year, or that's not as high as last year, so yeah. Team info. First, minor league system rankings. The Kansas City Royals finished 19th with Almonte Zimmer, Alec Mills, and Raul Mondesi. That is really weird. Michael Enos, apparently Chicago White Sox. And now You saw where all our guys were ranked as far as top prospects. Preseason predictions. Kansas City Royals projected to win 79 games, which is about what they said last year. What was our Pythagorean win-loss last year? I do want to see that. It's what our record should have been based on run differential. Okay, 88 and 74. That's not bad. So it means we had a really good year last year. I'll take that. I will take that. We did have a really high average and a really high BABIP, so that could be part of it. But computer doesn't like us, but the computer never likes us. We were projected to win the same number or similar number of games last year. You can go back and check if you want to. But that's it for this episode. We are playing Seattle to start the season. That's going to be very, very interesting. I do hope you guys enjoyed. This episode was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to stop rambling. I'll see you guys next time with episode number 6 at the draft. So, see you all then. Goodbye.